This is Abe Friedhanser from Awards Radar, and I'm so thrilled to be speaking with Sepideh Moafi about the L Word Generation Q. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. Thank you. It's tonight now here. How
Well,
are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking some time to speak with me.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
So, what was did you know about the original show when it was on, and how did you feel about it?
Oh yeah. I was a big fan. Actually, I was in undergrad, I believe, when the show aired, and I was at San Francisco Conservatory of Music, and I remember one of my classmates, who was also a vocal performance major, turned me on to the show. And at that time in my life, I don't think I'd ever, maybe besides Friends, watched the entire series through. So I'd seen episodes here and there, and we'd watch together. And then it wasn't until after I graduated that I kind of binged the whole series. And then when I came into, like, when I was being considered for the part of Gigi, I rewatched the whole series. So I've technically seen the whole series through a couple times, and like one extra, like a few episodes here and there.
Well, watching it just a couple years ago, how does it hold up?
It's interesting because I feel like with any great show, you feel this, like, it feels like time has definitely passed, but you can still feel the sort of raw grit and impact that it has. Like, it is so, to this day, it's so radical from anything that we see on television. The first iteration of the show, like, you still get that feeling when you're watching it.
Yeah. So, what attracted you to the role of Gigi?
Honestly, one of the main things, I can't lie, is the fact that I knew that this is, as a storyteller, as an actor, as an artist, I'm always drawn to projects, stories, roles that I feel are not all already there. Like, if there's something obviously that I can bring to the role, that draws me in, but the main thing for me is what is lacking in representation, not just with characters and people, but also stories. And I feel like Gigi kind of hit that all around. There wasn't a character like this on screen, and I did feel very connected to her. It felt easy to step into. Not easy, but it felt pretty, like, there were no obstacles. There was nothing like in my way. So.
Well, we've definitely seen Gigi become sort of more central to the storyline because at first I couldn't really understand why she was, like a more regular presence than Nat, given the relationship to Alice. But we've seen her evolve, I think, much beyond what her
Yeah.
original presence on the show was.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, what is it like? It would have been like working with Leisha Haley and Stephanie Allen.
I love them so much. Who doesn't love them? They're hilarious. They're supremely talented. They're just genuine good people. But the thing that I loved most about working with them in particular was that they are they are so attentive. They pay attention to detail. They are meticulous. They are open. They're vulnerable. We would talk about every scene together. And even before we started filming, I remember we went into Leisha's trailer, and Stephanie and I weren't working that day, but I think it was like Leisha's first day of work. And we just sat and talked, like, how did our characters get together? Who are our characters? Who are we? Who are we together? And so there was just an openness and a curiosity, and a very easy work relationship, which then translated into, at that point and even more now, a friendship.
That's really nice. And I think it was very short lived, but I did enjoy the brief relationship she had with Bet, which seemed sort of doomed from the start.
That's right. It did seem kind of doomed from the start. When I read that in the script at first, I was like, all right, here we go. Two very strong personalities together, those characters. So it's good. It makes for really juicy drama, as we've seen.
Well, it's been interesting to see her now end up with Danny, although the season premiere sort of indicates that maybe things aren't going to work out as smoothly as certainly as Danny hopes.
Yeah, I can't say anything to that. Nice try, though.
Well, let's talk about their relationship in general, what it's been like to
Yeah.
build to this point.
What is it like could you repeat that one more
What
time?
has it been like to build to this point with the two of them?
I mean, again, just as a person, I love Ari. I love working with her. She's like uh, a deep. There's like a deep connection there, just as human beings, and so it again that makes it so easy to work with her and to work together. The storyline and the connection that you see throughout the season, something that I love to do just personally, and I don't try to impose these moments, but I think so much in life is about what is not said. And, in the script, it's not always what you see on screen is not always in the scripts. You know what I mean? So there were a lot of those kinds of moments with Danny and Gigi that I think really made the relationship ring. A lot of those silent moments together, or those moments where we're just kind of observing each other, or our physical our body language together. So seeing how that, and again, because we're so comfortable with each other, we're so close, just as people. It was so easy to find those moments on screen together, because it felt safe and just easy.
It's also nice to hear Farsi spoken and see these,
Yeah,
three-dimensional Iranian American characters, not just one of
totally.
them. And I think that's sort of still somehow unfortunately rare in today's TV landscape.